Hi friends, I'm going to show you how I make a preliminary sketch with oil pastels. Okay friends, if you want to make an oil pastel drawing, you're going to need oil pastels, of course, a ruler, maybe an eraser if you make mistakes, an antique cutter or Stanley knife, GSM board to draw on. You can use the edge while it's still new to draw lines, or you can sharpen it. Before you start the outline, measure your frame. I measured 3 centimeters to the left, to the right and on top, and 5 centimeters at the bottom. Draw the lines for your frame. First, you're going to draw the outlines with the light color. You basically have to just plan some of the bigger surfaces first. You don't have to put details in because you're going to do the coloring first and then the detail on top. This is just to plan your composition. Remember that the focus point must be off center. I made some guidelines for the buildings and the road. Most artists start with the light colors first. I started from the top left corner and worked downwards. As you can see, there's nothing at the bottom yet, and there's going to be a face on the left, so I will do that later on. As you can see, there's a cloud, but it doesn't look like a cloud yet, so I just smudge it a bit with my finger. I don't want the cloud to be too light because I want the angels to stand out. They're going to be the lightest. The reason why I started on top and the left is because it smudges easily. So it's easy to work and I can rest my hand down without smudging anything important. But I will have to come back to some areas on top again. My focus is going to be this area. So this was commissioned work by a church, a member of a church. The prophet had a vision of the church. This is a radical church in Benoni, 2 Malabo Street, in the Rhinefield area in South Africa. So he had a vision of the buildings and the throne of God on top. I know the throne is much bigger than that, and it's not necessarily a chair with many angels. So this is just something that represents that. The name Benoni means son of my sorrow. So in this vision, the name Benoni changed to Benjamin, which means son on my right hand. Saw God's hand holding a key for the gate over there, but you will see more once I completed it. For the clouds, I used a little bit of yellow in circular movement. And some highlights with the white and then rub. For the grass, I used a bit of yellow and I did this action. For the trees, I used a bit of yellow like this in some places to get some highlights. I worked in a circular motion. So I used this bright green for the trees. I also used a darker green for the trees and I worked in a circular motion. For the roofs, I did this mostly with a grey in lines. I also used brown for some of the buildings and then highlighted the front and a little bit darker to the back. If you want 2D or 3D effect, the dark is the closest to you, like this house here. And then it's a bit lighter at the end, further away from you, but darker in the front. some of the roofs I used this terracotta color, so you can just color in most of the roof and then work in some highlights and lowlights. I don't want it to look like I'm coloring, so I'm leaving some of the black open. I'm going to add to the clouds because God's throne is so big. And God's presence manifests like a cloud. I've seen it with my own eyes during a deliverance where the whole room got filled with a cloud. But I still want Benjamin to stand out. I'm not using the white because that's for the angels. Smudge it with your finger again. Many artists fear judgment of people and do not worry about what people are going to think of you. Just do it. I'm adding some more grass. Around the hand. Some green for the grass. The grass must look a little bit different from the trees, like here's a tree. But the focus is not going to be so much on this landscape. So for now, I'm just going to do the fingers for the hand with a fleshy type of color. See, the hand holds the keys like this. This is not a perspective class, but it's good if all the lines starts wide and goes more narrow towards the point on the right, like that. So all the lines must go to that point. You can define the fingers a little bit more. I'll show you the photograph I worked from. I sharpened my oil pastel a little bit for the keys. The key will hang here. You can still add something. For example, I went to the site and I saw that there was a green gate here. So the vertical lines must all be the same, as you can see. Tum, pum, 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 pum. This one is a bit skew. I start with the white to let the green stand out a little bit more. I'm putting blue first, then green. I noticed that there were these crosses on the gate. You can use your nail to make lines, and then it had crosses like this. You can also define lines with a pencil. You can add some other colors to make the design stand out a bit more. You can add some doors and windows. And a bigger window here just to make it a little bit different from the others. If you make a mistake, you can just erase as well. This can be quite strong white because this is my line towards the focus. And because we're working on black, we can just leave it dark at the bottom to form a shade. Most doors are brown, so I'm just going to make it plain brown for now. Here's a little bit more green. A bit more light in the front. This area is green, or it reflects green, so it appears green. And this area is grey. You can rub it a bit. So for the gold I use yellow. And it's got a royal blue color. So God will shine a lot of light, so you won't really see detail of his face. I'm just going to roughly draw more or less the figure of a man. He's got a white robe on. So we can rub with his feet in the clouds. Sometimes it's hard to draw with this thick pastel, then you can just take away with your nail. We can add a bit of yellow. add some long hair to God, but it could also be the light shining. There will be a lot of light coming from God. You can add a little bit of black to define the figure. Nobody really knows what God looks like exactly, so this is just an idea. Bring some color back. The chair. This is a vague representation of God on his throne. So now I'm drawing the 24 elders. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the rest can be behind the godly figure. So their thrones could be gold, maybe with a point up there. The legs, and then white robes. define the menorah with a pencil. Make it a little bit more petite and detailed. If the angels are in a circle going around God, then you can make a guideline like this. It will form an eclipse because of the point of view. Now I'm going to draw the angels around, just roughly with their wings. The wings will be a bit fatter, further away from the body. And they could be moving fast, so it can be a little bit blurred. The angels can be a bit blurred. They will go a little bit smaller the further they go. They go around in fear of God, in awe of God. I'm adding a bit of movement lines. Clouds needs to be defined again, and a little bit stronger and whiter. Smudge again. In the highlights of the building. The building on the left of Radical Church is a pale yellow brick building, and it's got different windows from the other buildings in the drawings, which makes it more interesting. There's a little bit of variety, so it's different from the other buildings in the drawing. There are a couple of plants here. And then grey for the parking area. You could do a bit of cross hatching. Leave shadow for the plants. Leave the area for the head. Darken the front. Light at the back for higher contrast in the front for perspective. And then there's some grass here and a path, as you can see. We're going to draw the people over that. This building has a bit of green and yellow, because the yellow brick building continues. It's got white lines for the windows too. There's lightning and thunder as well. The 7 lamps menorah. Adding some shade to let the clouds stand out a bit more. There's a cross on top of the church to show that it's a church. And some music. Some emphasis on the angels with black. Smudge it. There is authority, unity,